That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I haven't done an inventory of past post-it notes, but I'll get in my TARDIS and I'll let you know.
There's a lot in this map. It's a research facility.
It is. It's also a lunar colony, as the name would say.
Exactly.
Mostly for animals, now that all the humans have absconded, will be GC Busan Wave, who are trying to force MVP to abscond from a point at this point, though. Edison's sticking on that Sombra. Why not? It's working so well, Jaws. There's no reason for him to swap at the moment. He is going to put in a little bit of poke there towards Sowat, forcing him to rotate that shield. Now we'll rejoin his Reinhardt, bit of frontline Sombra right here.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to disrupt the Sombra as well. You really have to focus it down. That's exactly what they are doing, but you see instantly using their Translocator back to the Mega Health Pack. Everybody in space right now. Team MVP really don't want to fight this. They really have to wait for GC Busan. Of course, they have to make the attack. They're going to wait for Edison to set up on the Sombra again, though. Yeah,
right now, just discerning if GC Busan are a particle or a wave. Why not both, boys? Ion going to throw forward loads of science names here, including Ion, of course. Going to throw forward that Fire Strike. Everyone caught on this small walkway can make those Fire Strikes so effective from the Reinhardt. So what's going to drop down, forced onto a point. Edison evidently putting in a bit of pressure there. 54% of the way towards that EMP. Team MVP now going to reset up. May decide to rotate back to the high ground. That's exactly what we're going to do. Going to try and catch out the Zaya, but Ion's there, providing the shielding that is needed.
Playing some chess right now. You move here, then I move here, then you move here, then I move here. So what has earned himself a Nurse Shatter is going to back down to point. Wait for GC Busan to come to them. Of course, they're on the defense, so GC Busan, they have to be the ones to make the offense. Or make the move first. EMP's available though, so now they're just capping the point. Now it's up to Team MVP to try and reclaim some positioning. Shatter goes straight into the shield of Ion. And Edison's just waiting for the EMP. You come to us, mate. You know I've got it. EMP's going to come out. Finnish can use that Transcendence, but not before. So what? He's going to die first. And now Jasper off to the sidelines, taking so much damage. Valentine's still hacked. Actually, he got hacked again, as he had to just claim a little bit more space on the point. Froppy and Jasper also going to fall. GC Busan claiming 2 ticks and should be able to claim the rest of it now.
And that was so smart there from Edison. He just got in Sowat's head. They're thinking, okay, how are we going to deal with this EMP engage? What we're going to do is we're going to prematurely use our Earth Shatter so that when everyone moves forward to follow up on that, they're all stunned instead. But what actually happened is Edison, he threw forward his Translocator. He destroyed it in midair rather than take it. And everyone thought he's coming in for the EMP because he knew that everyone could see that Translocator. And now he's almost got another one to go. There's going to be such great momentum here for GC Busan Wave. Almost 6 ultimates.
Nice hack onto Sowat as well. Stun onto Jasper. Look at this pin from downtown onto Rookie. You are dead, my friend. Another EMP is going to come out as well. This should just be it. They've already claimed a tick. Make that 2. There's no way. Maybe Froppy gets back to the point, but it might be too little too late. Beautiful pin onto Finn to make sure he can't touch. GC Busan.
Waving
speed running. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Let's have a look at that timing. It must be over 6 minutes, right? Okay, 5 minutes 23. Got a bit ahead of myself there, but Team MVP now has to contend with this. Like, that's such a daunting task. 5 minutes and 23. Not quite a world record, but it's close.
2 minutes and 37. You've got to appreciate how quick that is. Not just for Horizon of the Column, but when you're trying to work with a Sombra as well. Inherently, Sombra attacks can be a little bit slower because you're waiting for those opportune strikes. You're waiting for your Sombra to get the perfect positioning to build up those EMPs, and Edison got 2 in that space of time. The first one, of course, did have that wonderful fake out that we discussed, which forced Sowat to use a Shadow straight into Ion's shield. I really appreciate that Edison's like, they know that I'm playing with Sombra, they know the strategy I'm taking, they're starting to learn my patterns, so what I've got to do is I've got to vary the way that I'm approaching using this ultimate. And Team MVP, they took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, Jules.
Oh, whoa. He's translocating in, guys. He's going to EMP. We see the little translocator Majiggy. We have to make sure
Translocator Majiggy.
Yep, they saw it.
That is some Jeff Kaplan approved language.
The Translocator Majiggy. if you
written by the Chew himself.
I'll have you know, if you press F1 when you go into Game of Sombra, it will say Translocator Majiggy. That's the item name. Yeah. That's the ability name.
Gonna have to get some sources on that one.
Sources me, 2019, 9th of the 4th.
Speaking of sources, it's going to be GC Busan Wave who've bought the spice, and now we're going to try and maintain the brief simmer as Team MVP bring their own heat to the point. Edison going to once again be on that Sombra. Like we said, there's no reason to swap off this, Jaws. You might as well stick on this until MVP can assure you. Oh my, that was aggro. That was very aggro.
He was surfing on the entirety of Team MVP on top of their heads. He's only gains a little bit of ult
wave
charge.
he wants to catch.
No, yeah,
too many wave butts. Valentine going to be leading through from space here. Fire Strike will hit the wall, not going to be doing any damage, so Ion's going to still be wanting that ultimate charge. But Edison's in the background here. Will translocate away and early pin.
Early pin onto Valentine. He's actually caught in the tube. Iron does get stunned still, but Team MVP have lost that healing source, plus the damaging source and the stunning source from Valentine, so they're going to have to wait for him to come back. And Edison, you can see, doesn't really care at this point because there's no Valentine to actually stun him, so he can free farm almost.
Yeah, he's just got to worry about the long-range damage that Finn can put down on Whistleys, and Yada does not suffer from damage drop-off. And when you are in space, you jump a little bit more slowly. You're a lot more easy to track, so you can be easy prey. Edison will be given that Discord orb as he looks for that early poke. Wants to get that last 27% of the way towards the EMP, but Finn remaining. Still checking him. Assuming MVP. That's a big boop.
Did he actually go off the edge? Potentially? No, he's fine.
Came back with a charge.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's okay. Our heart's leapt too. There's the shatter from Ion. Here's the shield, and he ends up going down regardless. We're so low. Graviton Surge is going to get sent out with GC Busan, but Finn is going to use that that's Transcendence to match. Edison's got the EMP. That's what I was looking at. He is ready and raring to go, but they have to wait for Ion to come back potentially. They've used 2 tank ults already though.
Valentine scouting out there. They're trying to find out where Edison is.
Straight on top. They're going to come straight onto the side, onto Sowat, but he doesn't take that much damage. Graviton Surge was thrown out, and Delight gets taken out mid Transcendence. That cheeky right click from Finn does secure the kill. Another one onto Fielder as well. Team MVP in a good position. Whereas the GC Busan wave will end up falling down eventually, as they do end up capping the point.
Fortunately for Ion, it just took him too long to get back to a point. Team MVP taking about 2 minutes and 10 seconds to cap that first point. They're a little bit shy of GC Busan Wave's entire cap time, so they've got to get a move on now, Jaws. But luckily, they've got the tools to make it work. They've got 5 ultimates ready to go, except for that main offensive tool in any 3-3 composition's arsenal. They did use the Graviton Surge towards the end of that fight. They are going to be going up against Freeze, which could stop them in their tracks.
Look at this pressure they're putting onto Iron now. Beautiful counter charge as the beat does come out for both teams. The Shadow hits the floor and actually connects with someone this time. But Sowat gets instantly grabs, he tries to move forward. Fielder is going to go down, but a self-destruct might just secure a couple of kills. That EMP can't really be followed up upon. But GC Busan running away from the self-destruct. Another Shadow comes out as Sowat and Froby end up going down. GC Busan are going to chase away Team MVP for the time being. Invest so many ultimates though. And Rookie has got another Graviton Surge for this next fight.
Does look like we will see Rookie get away with that energy as well, which can be so important when you're trying to do damage as a Zarya. Of course, it can upgrade your damage output to the percentage number that is displayed on your charge meter. It means that you can do a lot of damage into your own Graviton Surge with those mortars. Apply the AoE. We'll be moving forward now. The Graviton Surge ready to go. Cannot be eaten.
No D.Va, of course, like you said. Nice little charge on.
Good hack though.
Free there. Doesn't matter. He still ends up going down. Free going, falling here leaves so little protection for Ion now, as they do find more capture progress on the point.
Will be a translocate out there from Edison. In trouble right now. Second tick almost through.
Transcendence is going to come out from GC Busan. Finn is going to have his online extremely soon. Delight is going to go down regardless, as Rookie did find the kill. And now look at this. Finn basically free farm in the front line. EMP is going to come out, but it doesn't matter because Finn already used the Transcendence. Edison instantly goes down. They pressed that about the same time, so beautiful heads-up play. Saw the Sombra going for it or setting herself up, and Ion is going to fall. Only a couple more percent is required. Self-destruct will net the kill onto Free. Daydream and Fielder end up going down. The Moira to buy more time wasn't enough for GC Busan. Team MVP end up capping the second point. We're going to go to round number 3, but still MVP the greater time bank, which means GC Busan are going to attack first.
Great team fight management there, but like those 4 little seconds ticking down. What a wonderful animation. Finn, though, on top of things, getting what a wonderful Transcendence are. Observers do have a replay of that great reaction to Edison with that EMP, making sure there's very little room for follow-up. And then Valentine, I believe, interrupts this charge. Yeah, there it is. Does get the shield bash onto Ion, making sure that he's incredibly vulnerable, even with the overshield of the sound barrier.
Almost perfectly timed. You could see Finn's from his POV. They saw the Sombra just kind of holding down left click, just trying to chunk away some of the tanks, and then instantly using that EMP. And he was like, well, she's going to EMP here. Like, if I get caught, we might go down, so if I just Transcendence here, shouldn't be too much of an issue to kind of clean her up. Transcendence lasts, and it feels like an age when you're fighting against it. Obviously, when you're fighting with it, it feels like it lasts for maybe half a second, but when you're fighting against...
2-second trance? Come on, Zen, try harder.
Exactly, please. put some time in at the gym.
You got to get those buff tranquilities.
But when you're in overtime, or not overtime, sorry, when there's a couple of more % needed to actually capture the point, you can easily take out and focus the Sombra because there's so little defense and so little members from the defensive side actually on the points trying to defend.
Yeah, speaking of time, it's now crunch time for Team MVP going into second rounds here on Horizon Lunar Colony. GC Busan Wave remain on match point, but this is Team MVP's chance to go for that reverse sweep. Got to win 3 maps in a row as Edison begins his assault.
Does it again? Just kind of
just
surfing
WM1.
Yeah,
like a Reinhardt.
Doesn't care. Valentine, I don't think he could see him. There's too many bodies in the way. Like, please, like, I need to stun him. We need to get him out of the fight. He's already got 20%, and again, they're just fighting in space, which means Valentine can't really use that shield bash at all. It's going to go flying if he does.
Eating up a lot of Jasper as well with that defense matrix. A big boop right there.
Oh,
Jasper's going to be caught
Jasper
out
as well. Look at that ult charge just building up for Edison. As soon as the hack came in, no DM to actually negate a lot of that damage. He's going out in space. Doesn't care, Harry.
Yeah, he goes for the jump, does make him quite easy to track. It's hard to unlearn those habits when you're out in space, considering how much of a situational thing it is.
I see shield there onto Iron to save him from the pin, but he ends up going down regardless. Discord Orb and a couple of shots from the Zen and the Brig to take him out.
The MP ready.
It's ready, but like Fire's already dead. Rookie is going to fall down as well. Team MVP can just stabilize at this point. But Edison looking to go for this big EMP play. Sees one more person from his team end up going down. He's going to retreat for the time being. As GC Busan are going to have to regroup. MVP are going to claim some more percentage on point. We'll see if they want to go for a re-engage.
Yeah, that long rotation, though, does mean that Busan may well be able to come for a re-engagement here. May decide to stick it out, go on to second. Doesn't like that's going to be the case. Edison setting up on this top beam. It is one of the safer places for a translocator, but it feels like Jasper's really got his number right now. Jasper has often gone up to duel him on that beam. Also can destroy the translocator, which can leave Edison incredibly vulnerable. Gonna have to try and build his own tempo here. Needs to get an early EMP onto Team MVP when they're in a place where Busan can really capitalize.
Team MVP have got a couple of ults of their own though. They got support already. Edison looking to set up with the translocator. It is placed currently, so he can't actually use it to throw into the enemy team. He's going to have to destroy it, which then gets placed on a 2-second cooldown.
See it at the end of the beam right there. Will be his retreat location. Waiting to see. You can see Finn. He's hiding in the back.
He knows what's good. Transcendence is going to come out to stop all that damage coming out from the Graviton Surge. Another grab's going to get thrown in. It's going to hit. EMP is going to come through. 4 people are going to get inflicted, but instantly a sound barrier is going to come out from Team MVP. So what is going to fall? GC Busan fighting back. They use that rally as well to keep them alive in the fight as Edison does get a double kill. A triple kill maybe as Finn ends up going down as well. Team MVP aren't going to be able to make this attack work. But they invest 2 ultimates, Harry. Or in fact 3, sorry, as Finn did use that Transcendence to survive through the Graviton Surge. But GC Busan used so much in that fight. They've only got that Shatter to really work with now, as well as that Transcendence from Fielder.
Will mean that they do have a lot more sustain, though, than Team MVP. And that was a great understanding of the win conditions of Busan Wave. They knew that basically on Assault, you're going to need to get those clean team fight wins, and to do that, you're going to have to all survive. They forced out the early Transcendence by using the Graviton Surge, and then once the enemy Graviton came through, they knew they could easily mitigate it.
Self-destruct's going to get launched in at the back. A shield is going to block and actually forces Fieldy to use the Transcendence. Was clearly an LOS. Make sure he doesn't die and getting maximum value off of that trance.
Beautiful.
A Shatter is going to get blocked up by So What. One person did end up going down, but instantly you could see Valentine holding his own shield to keep himself alive and activating the rally. Edison's going to come in from the skylight. Is 15% towards that EMP. Has got it online, but they end up trading rather badly. GC Busan in a horrible position now, losing 2 supports. A Graviton Surge is going to come in, but there's no real damage follow-up, and in fact, Ion's going to go down regardless. He jumps onto the Grav and ends up getting punched to death by Fropey.
Edison still up here with the Graviton Surge, may well facilitate a re-engagement from Busan Wave once they've all reclaimed their positioning. Fielder going to move over now onto the
2 ticks have already been acquired though. EMP is going to come out. Fropey and Valentine not afflicted, but the rest of Team MVP are. A beat is going to come through to make sure they survive for the time being as they try and stall for additional time, but they actually step off the point. In fact, a Rookie tried to help them there by grabbing them near the point to say, hey, you got to come to us, man. You got to like contest at this point. GC Busan forgo the point, and that means Team MVP will get another 2 to their name, equaling 4 and an additional 30 seconds as well. They didn't finish in OT, which is what's important.
Yeah, looks like we're going all the way for this one. Jaws and Finn, once again, it's all about him. His survival through that EMP was so important. Left with only 50 HP, of course, because of the shields being stripped away. Being able to survive there, potentially due to some armor from Brigitte or some shielding, potentially from So What, Rookie, or Valentine. He managed to stay alive. And Zenyatta is so important when you're in these sort of crunch time situations at the end of assault maps, because you can throw out Discord orb after orb after orb onto people as they come out one by one, and that means that they fall down 30% quicker, means that those respawn timers really start to mount up against you.
GC Busan kind of giving a free point there over to Team MVP. They were, of course, CMP'd, but they had Wrecking Balls in the back, and it felt like, so, okay, Wrecking Ball is touching right now. We can go for this re-engage. They managed to, Team MVP managed to position Ion where he was most vulnerable. He had his back to the point in that situation because there was some fire coming in from the right-hand side of him. Had to turn his shield around to make sure he wasn't getting, you know, pushed around or damaged or orbed. Kind of frustrating if you're Ion, to be honest. GC Busan Wave now are on the offense. 5 minutes in their time bank. They can take a leisurely stroll to the point, really.
Oh, leisurely stroll.
That is a very
put your sunburn on before, put your sun cream on before you go for your.
You're gonna get scorched.
You are gonna get scorched, definitely. If Silwat is watching out in this case, Free's gonna catch that one. Not using a shield will give a little bit of additional ult charge to Silwat, and every little bit counts, Jaws, especially when you're the Reinhardts in these 3-3 compositions, because it means that you can play far more aggressively than your rival if you know that you have an Earth Shatter and they do not. Edison, rather slow right now to build up towards that EMP. Of course, he hasn't had the chance to get in and use his SMG at the moment. There it is.
There he is. Again, he just loves just jumping straight in. He gets a little melee as well. Free's going to farm the front line. Look at those mortars. Look at that. 50% ult charge already. That went from, what, 25 to 50 almost instantly?
Yeah, just hitting everyone with that one. Now it's down to GC Busan to decide when they want to take the drop down. Team MVP have gone off the point and will take to the stairs.
He's just right-clicking away. He's almost got a grab. That's 70 to, that's a 20% right-click.
Nice knockback into
Nice pin onto Ion there, but a Graviton Surge has been acquired by GC Busan. They've only wasted a minute, and if he can get a pick onto Finn, he does. The back line of Team MVP not being paid attention to as Free just finds that free kill and potentially a free tick here as well.
So what in no man's land? Jasper going to have to try and eat this grab.
Graviton Surge is going to come out. Beautiful shatter onto Delight as he tried to get in onto the shield. He's going to go really low as well. The rest of the team are going to jump on him, but an instant Transcendence mixed with the EMP is going to scatter Team MVP. So what if Frebby didn't see it coming? They end up going down, and a D-Mech onto Jasper as well as he gets taken out. Didn't matter if Iron went down so early. When you haven't got a Zen to back you up, Finn was like, well, I'm dead. Like, we can't do anything. I'm going to have to come back. I have trance, but Free was able to rotate himself to the point. They managed to cap as well. 4 minutes now in the time bank for GC Busan to attack second.
And you've got to remember with that EMP, also the lovely little ticks appear above everyone's heads. They know that Rookie for definite has that Graviton Surge. They may actually give up this fight for free, allow Team MVP to use those ultimates and come back in when Edison has that EMP, because that is, of course, their win condition. They need to just get some pressure on the point right here, force MVP to commit resources that they don't want to, so that GC Busan have a better win condition in a fight later on.
Big eco push is going to be required. Iron has got Shatter though, so maybe they do fight this. I'm not entirely sure what they want to do. They're posturing to maybe go for a big Shatter. Rookie getting taken quite low. Has to use that Graviton Surge. Locks 3 up, and Free was actually taken down so quickly. Iron is going to go down as well. But like you said, an eco push was rather needed here. They do invest 2 support ultimates, the Rally and the Sound Barrier, but they got 4 ultimates coming up online. Fielder getting closer to that Transcendent.
Yeah, I usually disagree with the investment of those support ultimates, especially when you get the solo grab onto Free. Like, when you solo grab the enemy Zarya, that's a big win condition for the Team MVP, but what it's not is it's not the cyclical ult generation. When you destroy a 3-3 composition, you get so much ult charge, but if you can just kill the Zarya and everyone else disengages, then that's such a good place for GC Busan Wave to be in. And now Delight, not going to have a good time at all. Look at Finn though, he's hiding out right now, does not want to get caught by the EMP of Edison if GC Busan Wave decide once again to invest, but instead it's going to be all about point pressure.
Nice grab, we'll see if it's mixed with EMP. I don't think it's going to be just yet. Beautiful shield bash onto Soul, remove the shield, a couple of orbs, plus the Discord does end up taking him down. You can out-damage the Transcendence rather easily if you're focusing correctly. EMP is going to come out. A Graviton Surge can't be mixed with a self-destruct. It's actually just thrown in onto the point, and a beat, a desperation one from Team MVP is going to land to make sure they can secure a little bit of extra time. A downtown pin is going to get completely denied from So What as he gets hacked mid-charge. 95% ticking up to 100 for GC Busan. What a perfect exchange of ults. Managed to get that instant kill onto So What as he was grabbed. Transcendence doing absolutely nothing.
It's possible that the grab being on the corner did mean that when Finn transcended, he was not on the same corner as So What, which could have denied the healing line of sight and ensured that So What was not going to be at all benefiting from that particular ultimate. And of course, With 30 seconds going up to a minute for Team MVP, that does mean that GC Busan Wave in turn will gain their own 30-second bonus. 1 minute versus 2 minutes 30, but we could be going to 6-6 here, Jaws, given how both of these offenses have looked. Both of our teams vying, not only for victory on the side of GC Busan Wave, but survival for Team MVP. They finally found their feet here. They figured out how they're going to play against Edison, who right now is hovering on the Diva. And Edison, not the most well-known Diva. We more know him for his Zarya in the 3-3, but usually he's playing the Wright.
Yeah, no, he's switching over. There's no worries. Of course he was going to play Sombra, man. There's no way he's going to play Diva. No way. At this point, you might as well. He's been just doing such good work. And Team MVP can't really punish him. His engagements may be unpunishable by Valentine. Has to spot him out before he goes for this, you know, surfing the top of the heads of Team MVP. Because if he gets shield bashed, we saw what happened on King's Row. If you go down so early, it is a true 5v6 in that regard with no Diva, which means you're going to go down fast and the rest of the enemy team could just run over you.
And you can also get those temporary 5v6 as well when you force for translocate, because you know that Sombra wants to set up again and won't be really involved in the fight for a while. And he's taking advantage of the fact that everyone's moving as a unit to ensure that sightlines are obfuscated and cannot be easily identified in terms of a mash of bodies. You just got to go for like a random shield bash into the ether and hope that you get it. That's a big knockback. Great use of a mortar though. Rookie ensuring that he uses physics, puts a mortar behind him, knocks himself back forward.
That's an A-star from me. So is going to claim a whole lot of space. He moves towards Iron Shield. A nice little charge there, but Ion was like, absolutely not. You're not pinning me. Just jumps out the way. It's going to push himself onto the low ground, though. Not something where he really wants to be, but Edison already with 70% ult charge on the CMP. It's a miracle. Finally, they find him. Valentine getting his man. Did exactly the same on King's Row, and now only 4 seconds actually remain for Team MVP to push themselves onto this point. Should be enough, though, as Daydream and Delight end up going down. So what has earned himself a shatter, and now it's all about the momentum going on to second. Free finds a kill onto Finn, but he might actually spawn in forward spawns here. Point goes over, so Phil will end up getting forward spawn and Froppy staying behind to escort him. They've got 30 seconds to make this last push.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for Finn that he did go down. It does mean the Team MVP won't be able to get that charge that they wanted.
15 seconds wasted.
Yeah, you can see So What was already moving forward once the point was being capped there. And they do have almost 6 ultimates ready to go. The next fight, Jaws, it's going to get fast. You better limber up those lips because it's going to get incredibly spicy for this next fight. Both teams want this cap, and they've got to do it right now. 3 seconds into overtime.
Edison could just jump on their heads, but he's waiting. Look, he can bait them out. A Graviton Surge is going to come in and actually only kill So What. Finn's Transcendence was nothing for the pin coming through from Ion. An EMP is going to land. Shatter going a little bit wide, but it doesn't matter. Jasper is already dead. Baby Diva actually gets sound barriered, but that self-destruct actually finding Edison could be their way back in, but the Transcendence is going to be enough to heal them through the additional damage that's coming out. Rookie's going to fall, but Ion's going to trade his life for it. So what is going to come in once more. Went down first up, it's got that shatter. It hits the ground, but people are afflicted with the sound barrier to make sure they're staying alive. Froppy is going to go down as well, and now it's the trickling of MVP members back onto the point. GC Busan have the spawn advantage, but a clutch Transcendence is going to come through to actually heal them up.
Ion's back and everyone's in the grab once again.
Another grab's going to come in. They focus down So What. He's going to go down. Jasper is going to get T-Mex. This is it. Team MVP just buying for some extra percentage points, but don't even grab a tick. So GC Busan now have a distinct win condition in this map.
In this match.
If they cap first point, it's done.
They win the series. There's no way that it could be won from a draw perspective for MVP space. But MVP, they do have their own win condition, and it's not quite as gargantuan as the task that lay before them on King's Row. Instead, if they can hold the first point of Horizon for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is very doable, they will begin their path to that reverse sweep. And poor So What, he's not getting to play any Overwatch today. He got solo grabbed twice in that fight. In one fight, getting solo grabbed twice is like, what did I do to you, Free?
I'm back,
Did
guys.
I kick your dog or something?
Wow. I'm back, guys, okay? I'm back. I'm back in the team. Oh, I'm grabbed again. I'm dead again, team.
Experience frustration.
Yeah. Ouch. Please use trance to save me. In fact, Finn did use trance, which is the most depressing thing. He was like, it's okay, I've got you with the trance, man. But then Ion pinned him straight against the wall, and he instantly went down, yeah.
Pin with Discord Orb does 390 damage.
You only got 50 health, what, no.
110 health.
110 health remaining, yeah. So you're like, well, I guess I die. A couple of orbs to the face will do that.
And Zarya focusing you down as well. That's a huge amount of damage, especially when you're in sort of like the mid stages of a fight with a Zarya. You're pretty much guaranteed to have 100 energy.
People forget that too. People really forget that too. Like, Transcendence doesn't, it's not invulnerability.
Yeah,
it's not like Batiste. It's only, when we put it into perspective, it's only 300 HPS. If the focus is good enough, like, you will go down.
Yeah,
all the people in Solar
keep taking 500 to 700 DPS from good focus, especially with the Discord orb as well.
All the people in Solar telling me that why are we dying in Trans? Like, it's only 300 HPS, guys. Like, I can't do more.
Full chase here onto Edison.
He's going to translocate back though. Translocating into the front of the team.
Yeah, it's just like back to frontline Sombra dude. He's only got 20% of the way towards the EMP. Some good aggression here from MVP. Don't want to give up too much of a point cap for now. Edison's going to be pressuring that out. We've got to decide whether we want to go point or whether we want to go stairs.
Sombra's in a good position as well for the high ground. You can hack from above. It's so hard to negate those. Obviously, a shield will do just that. And Iron just swinging about. He's going to earn himself 50% towards that charge, but beautiful boop. Sends him to the low ground. Still got a lot of time, though.
Good job by him. Ion, once again, you can tell that GC Busan Wave, they're playing with their time here. They want their perfect fight. But Edison, he's being so well mitigated. He's only got 52%. This is such slow generation compared to what he usually does. Some great checking here.
Free's going to have a Graviton Surge online, though, Harry. 10% away, but Soul might be able to mash this with a Shatter. And moving on to the point now.
We'll get that first tick. The second cannot be given away for free. MVP still looking for
They're going to give it away.
They are giving away that second tick. They're waiting for some ultimates potentially.
Now they have to walk into GC Busan, who have the Graviton Surge. A barrier is going to go on to the Reinhardt, but he's already so low. Grav comes out, sticks him to the side of the wall as Finn does manage to heal the rest of the team up. Ion is going to go down as another Grav comes out. But Fielder is also going to use his Transcendence to make sure they survive. 50 seconds now remain as an EMP comes through. 5 people are afflicted. Not Valentine, though, who's using that rally. But So What gets instantly focused. There's no support ultimates to really work with here as GC Busan plant themselves on the point, refusing to give up more time and ticks. Both sound barriers have been used as well, and another perfect amount of focus landing onto Rookie as he gets taken out from the field as well. A disastrous fight for Team MVP. Valentine and Finn are also going to fall. Slow trickling members from MVP now to get cleared off of the point, and GC Busan will claim the point and the map and the series now. But Team MVP at least want something here. They want to make sure this ends in a draw at best.
Yeah, don't want to get that -1 on their map score. It's going to be so important. We saw that block. There's the already Transcendence.
Oh, look at this. Graviton Surge mixed with the self-destruct. Free is going to go down. 30 seconds now remain for GC Busan to attack this third and final point. They're only 33%, Harry. It's not the biggest ask as Edison, once again, is so close to another EMP.
So meant Grav, both Transcendences now online, so you can be guaranteed that one's going to come out. Finn, once again, he's going to have to hide away. Edison, he has the EMP jaws, he can turn out the lights for Team MVP. He can try and guarantee a fight win here. They need a tick, not even really a huge fight win. They need to force a disengage from Team MVP, who do not have any space to give.
Oh, if you're a support right now, you don't want to get caught with this EMP. They need to be able to get back on the point. They do. They all manage to walk on, but Edison's got an EMP ready and raring to go. Finn using the Transcendence, but he gets hacked. Floppy is going to get hacked as well. It's going to be a big problem for Team MVP as So What ends up falling down. The EMP just doing so much work. Grav's going to come out, but they need to be able to jump on it. A lot of damage coming through from both Valentine and Jasper as they do swing in and just use those micro missiles to such good effect. Jasper is going to take out Ion as Rookie ends up falling. Graviton Surge and a defensive self-destruct. They are still touching the point, do not worry. 1 foot was on it. MVP are going to be able to hold. Make sure this map is a draw for them. However, losing this series after they gave up the first point, not what they wanted. MVP, not the best showing to start off this week at all. GC Busan will end up drawing the map, but claiming the series win.
Got to give a lot of credit to Valentine here, doing some excellent brawling, also keeping that rally up, making sure that he was always doing a huge amount of damage and taking down Fielder. Like we said before when we were talking about how important it was that Finn survived, taking down the Zenyatta is just such a boon to the defending team because you are no longer worried about that Discord orb.
Just insane. Not often we see draws. Horizon and Economy more so than often, I think. Just because the spawn points are pretty far away, and actually getting an effective range though isn't so bad on Horizon. We will be going on to Junkertown next, of course. Will be our last map. We'll see if MVP can at least claim 1 map win. We'll be right back after this break, guys. Do not go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back. Team MVP versus GC Busan Wave. GC Busan Wave managed to, well, Team MVP managed to make sure it was a draw on Horizon Unicorn League. We will be going to Junktown as our last map now.
Yeah, that we will. It has been a series claimed now for GC Busan Wave. The best scoreline the Team MVP can hope for is that 2-1, which of course will only give them a little -1 in the map differential. That's better than, of course, going 3-0, but that's what GC Busan Wave want. They need to start accumulating those map wins as well. They do have quite a good score in terms of map wins at the moment. The series score, not quite so good for them. They want to go to that 2-3, which will be exactly where Team MVP are. They want to join that scrimmage block in the middle, where everyone's just sitting at 2-2 with a three-way tie for third place at the moment in Korean Contenders. Everyone is so close in this region.
Yeah, it's a little bit insane when you see that. You're like, wow, everything's so close right now. Like I said before, everybody's kind of beating everybody, right? I mean, we have got 2 more weeks left, so places can change. And the best thing about that as well does mean a lot of the matches that are going to be in the final weeks are going to mean a whole lot, because not only map score, but of course series score as well. So it does leave a lot open towards the later end of the season. Also, Geekstar aren't technically out just yet. They might be 0-4, but
they can still get 3 wins.
They can still
3-4.
Yeah, exactly. They can still make it in to playoffs. They're obviously on the last spot. GC Busan not joining them currently in that relegation zone, but we are in a brand new week, so we do still need to see a lot of other teams. Of course, like I mentioned before, going to Junktown as our last map of this series. Junktown's a bit more of an interesting one. Again, you can play Sombra, Harry. We probably will see it. It's been working out so well.
There's a lot more freedom on Junktown. That much is for sure when it comes to compositions. Obviously, this is where the infamous pirate ship was christened. Due to the great sightlines you can get as a Bastion on this payload. Usually, the payloads aren't too hospitable for a Bastion. It does give you healing, and of course, it does move you, which can take away one of the main weaknesses of Bastion's Sentry mode. But some of them, such as Dorado's payload, put a significant amount of sort of like impedance in terms of your sightline, especially Gibraltar and Junktown, which have these more sightline conducive payloads where you can see a Bastion and a Ressa get a huge amount of value, but you also, when you look at Junktown, one of the reasons why Bastion went along sightlines, and that's exactly the same reason why you would see a Widowmaker as well.
Well, just like we're actually having a small substitution for GC Busan. Having Ritz come in, Free's going to take a little back seat for the time being. Getting some play time on Ritz, not too much of a bad thing. You want to kind of, especially if it's someone that's so flexible, you want to have them in as much as you can, as much as the other substitution, right? So it kind of makes sense Ritz coming in for this game. You already have the series win, so you're only looking for the additional map win here. It's not going to be too much of a detriment if you do lose, but may obviously affect things later down the line. But having equal play time with your subs is very important to make sure they both integrate well enough.
Yeah, Korea is one of those regions where we really do see the usage of substitutions in a good way. We see that often teams will bring in, even in situations where it isn't always the or it isn't always like a clinched victory, they will still bring in substitutions to use their particular skill sets, and they've got a couple of specialist players like, let's say, Eggsy for Element Mystic if they really want a hit scan DPS to come out and they don't want to play Doar Sparkle, or they don't want to use Hanbin potentially. They do have that in reserve, as well as Alpha on the roster as well. Right now though, Team MVP, lots of DPS.
Wow, Heurix gets taken out already. I guess he was hanging around. I'm not entirely sure he went down that quickly, but Team MVP running old-fashioned Harry. Well, he's made DPS, I'm not entirely sure. I guess you counts the DPS there.
Quad DPS, single support, and oh no, quintuple DPS.
Yeah,
pardon me.
It's 5 DPS.
We're Korea now, boys. We're full China.
Oh dear. this is very frustrating for GC Busan. They're going to have to contend with so much damage and so many projectiles as well coming through from Sowat, who does end up actually going down.
Oh, beautiful snipe.
Res, but Ritz is actually going to snipe away Valentine. GC Busan wave. I take that back. Actually, maybe they won't have that much trouble. The resurrection did go on to Sowat, who's on the junk, but when that happens, Rich was like, oh, you've got no healing anymore? Well, I guess you'll die.
Yeah, Rich just coming in with clutch fare, coming in with a long-range mortar snipes. Evidently some huge projectile DPS chops on this kid right here, hitting those mortars from so far away with such direct damage.
Instant change up.
Getting a couple of those either chunks in terms of damage or getting kills themselves. They are right on Finn.
Look at this, they're just diving straight into the back line. Iron taken pretty low, but still just buying so much time. However, Team MVP are still moving the payloads. You can see Sombra in the back, just making sure she was pressured enough. Hack does go on to Ion, but he's going to be able to back off to cover for the time being. GC Busan, in the meantime, though, have got that EMP. See Edison trying to bait someone out there to try and use an ability.
Yeah, going for the fake out again, destroying that midway through. Is actually going to go for
fake
it this
out
time.
this time around. Rookie is the only one that's not hacked, but the rest of his team definitely are. No way Jasper and Soa are going to survive that. Rookie's managed to burn himself up towards an EMP, though, so perhaps Team MVP used that to attack, but half the time bank already burned. They've only just managed to get it under the bridge as well, Harry.
Time waits for no man. Jaws it inexorably ticks away. Definitely for MVP here. 1 minute and 45 seconds remain. Ritz ready to shut down this next push, potentially with that Graviton Surge. You're going for a rotation around, but back again. Fielder trying to stay out of line of sight so that he does not get afflicted by a
There's the
hack.
grab. Ion just swinging in.
Oh my lord.
To the Graviton.
Brutal.
4 kills for the Reinhardt. And he'll earn himself a shatter as well. GC Busan. I like, I mean, you can come out and not quad DPS, 5 DPS. But thing is, we've already got ults. And now we can just cycle them really easily. Team MVP almost starting from afresh. Rookie's still holding on to that EMP of his own, but they need to make something happen fast here. They got a minute remaining, realistically.
Droppy there, getting a little bit of touch on the payload as well, making sure it doesn't go back too far. Rookie looking from behind, going to be giving the scouting report to his team. All the information is ready. You can see Finn there on his own, and the backline could be hunted down.
Big rotation once more. Finn should be fine. He's with the rest of his team at this current moment in time. GC Busan have got that shatter. They've got a couple of supporters to work with as well. EMP's going to come out, but instantly Fielder actually was in line of sight of that too. Quick on the Q key was Fielder, managing to save the rest of the team for the time being. Now they can move forward with almost immunity as Edison now has the the EMP of his own, in which he can pressure out the rest of the team with. Oh, he gets stunned though. Mid EMP. Team MVP saw it coming. They managed to erase him from the field as well. And now GC Busan just need to die on the payload to buy some additional time. They may have one more attack, but it looks unlikely.
EMP, so what? You want to turn out the lights, so what will turn out yours instead? And the remainder of GC Busan wave crumpled under the pressure applied. 13 seconds remain. This has been a respectable defense from GC Busan wave, but Team MVP does look like they will claim that point and get themselves 2 minutes and 30 seconds of extra time to try and move through the second point here of Junkertown already for such an aggressive push.
Really aggressive beat as well coming through. Nice hack actually, straight into an EMP. Oh dear. No one's allowed to play the game on GC Busan wave. A hack did go on to Ion. Oh, okay, it's fine guys, no worries. Then an EMP came out, hit every member. Ouch. They're gonna be able to push this forward. They did invest a fair bit there though. And they used both, the EMP and the Graviton Surge. Yeah, so they got support ults to kind of back onto here, but GC Busan are going to be in the driving seat for this next fight.
Absolutely. 5 ultimates available, including 2 major offensive tools in the EMP. Oh, nice accuracy there on the whip shot, including the EMP. And, of course, the Graviton Surge. Rookie trying to get a little bit of that additional charge by plinking away the SMG. Will rejoin his team. Could potentially play as for frontline Sombra here. Be a little bit of a threat to move in, but does not want to get caught in the EMP himself already. The Graviton, 3-in.
Straight onto the heads. Nice little pin there onto Jasper. Can they focus him out? He's trying to block off the healing there. You can see from Ion using that shield to negate a lot of that Transcendence healing. 2 people are already down for Team MVP. They decide to commit the sound barrier regardless. Maybe a bit of a mistake there on Froppy's side. He ends up going down anyway, and GC Busan are going to hold the payload and actually manage to take control of it.
Good presence of mind there from Ion as well, making sure that he knew that was going to be a fight that would be in favor of their own economy. Did not use that Earth Shadow despite being faced with 3 people who had no chance to shield due to incoming. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, no C9, don't worry. Both rallies have been used. Ion's already going to go down. Wow, good start for Team MVP. Shadow available for them as well if they so choose to use it. Oh, yeah, Daydream, you're not getting out alive. There's no way. Takes a hammer swing to the face. No, I don't think anybody is.
Ritz, maybe? Nah, he's going to get chased down. They can't allow him to escape with this energy.
I think they are.
They've got to be all over this.
No.
Oh, no.
Touch on the payload for Edison to buy a little bit more. I say a little bit more. It's maybe half a second, but still, every second counts. Payload has been delivered from Team MVP. And what was a disastrous start to the map. They end up reclaiming 2 points. 2 minutes now in the time bank to move its way towards third.
Not a fan of allowing Ritz to get away with his energy there. That's going to mean that he can build up another Graviton Surge rather quickly. Jasper does have his available, and of course Rookie with the EMP as well. Both major offensive ultimates are here, but they can't use them both in the same again. They've got to win 2 fights in a row if they want to complete this map.
There's the grab. EMP can come in at any moment. He's checking Delight here. Delight's also checking him. Nice hack onto Daydream there. Means he hasn't got skates to roll away with. Daydream and Iron are going to fall once again. Team MVP. Once more. Cleaning up the rest of GC Busan. This is exactly what you don't want to happen right now. That was almost a vanilla fight from Team MVP. I mean, realistically, what did you use there? Okay, you used Trance, you used the grab, but GC
Finn
Busan
swapping to
had
Ana.
the answering ultimates. They just didn't use them.
Finn swapping over to Ana, does not want to have his shield stripped away by that EMP, but crucially, not using both the EMP and the Graviton Surge means EMP is now available for this next fight. Going to try and catch Fielder here, I imagine.
Grab onto the payload, so what gets naded, so he'll receive a little bit more healing. Beat's going to come through after that shatter hit the floor. EMP as well is going to strike the members of MVP right where it hurts. Fielder is going to fall. Wright is actually going to get traded here, so that's not the worst trade in the world, but GC Busan do have spawn advantage, and you can see MVP know exactly that, so they end up backing off.
Really interesting interaction there is that Daedream is able to use the Sound Barrier as he wished, not worrying about the Overshield being stripped away by VMP, because Edison went for the hack onto Rookie himself, going for a manual hack onto Rookie, ensured that he wasn't able to use that EMP and that GC Busan Wave could roll forward unabated, not worrying about losing that shielding. So great presence of mind there from GC Busan Wave, evidently more used to this Sombra composition, very much know its ins and outs.
Time remaining, only about 15 seconds. Graviton Surge comes in. Nice little counter shatter, but did go into the shield of So What as a beat used to march them forward. EMP's in favor of Edison right now, only 15% away. He's going to use that high ground, or at least try to claim a little bit of extra positioning and time. Finn's got the nano boost available, but that's stripped away from him rather quickly as an EMP did come through. Edison pulling the trigger rather fast, and that could be it. Team MVP are cleared off of the payload, as the rest of them are going to end up going down. Not quick enough was Rookie to build up his own EMP. Edison pulled the trigger and pulled the trigger a lot quicker. Was able to wipe away all the abilities of Team MVP, and I'll be Rookie using his at the end. GC Busan Wave end up halting the payload, and now the map will end here on this push. No third point was completed, so therefore there's a nice gold box of victory for GC Busan to defend against.
Uncharacteristic play there from Finn. Usually he's been very good at trying to avoid incoming EMPs, but as you can see here, he gets caught in this one. Potentially if he'd not been caught and if he was playing this corner a little bit.
Nano boost could save them.
Yeah, he could save So What with a nano boost, give the 300 HP burst heal as well as the damage reduction to So What, and then So What can swing through, get himself an Earth Shatter. Maybe that could have been the different timeline where Team MVP complete this map.
Yeah, the nano boost was nerfed as well a couple of patches ago.
Playoff patch.
It's playoff patch, yes. But still, I mean, Nano Boost only gives, what, 350? So
300 healing.
300 healing. And then a Bio Grenade on top of the Nano will link up a Reinhardt almost to full HP if he's near, near dying, say sub 50. So the grenade into the Nano is like instant full HP, plus the damage
450 HP.
Yeah. Plus the effective health you actually have because of the damage resistance plus damage you're outputting as well is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you did survive that, potentially they win that fight, but
it would have at least given them some space, because with Froppy being hacked, it's unlikely that Team MVP would have been able to capitalize upon So What's damage, unless they decided, hey, we're not going to disengage from this nano boosted Reinhardt, we're just going to take it as it comes. Team MVP right now, looking very frisky, want to go straight out the door into GC Busan Wave. So What could be going for like some kind of a meme charge here, but just like it will just be swinging straight away.
Charge.
Yeah, right.
That's what you call one of those. That's a meme swing straight into the straight into the spawn room of GC Busan Wave to ends up going down.
Yeah, not delighted by that at all, I imagine. Edison sticking on the Sombra, of course. Rookie and Jasper are going to be going back to their original roles. No longer want to play on the Spy Goats.
Spy Goats?
Yeah, man.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Maybe.
Sombra?
Do you have a better name?
Yeah, Sombra Goats. Sombra 3-3, which is technically 3-2-1.
Hard to see. Finn going for his charge shots, wants to try and get an early pick, but he's going to be spotted out here by Delight as GC Busan Wave move on forward. They are getting some free distance on the card right here as Team MVP decide how they want to take this engagement. Of course, we're going to try and leverage the high ground so that they can have slightly safer supports, but Rich is up here being a huge threat to them, can just lob those mortars over.
It bounces someone down as well. Valentine did receive one of those. Oops, I'm on the low ground now, not really where I want to be. Rich does want to be on high ground, he's going to get chased off, you can see. Another little small mortar leap. Rookie pushes him off high ground.
Rookie getting a lot of charge towards this Graviton Surge, a little bit ahead of Ritz and of course ahead of Edison as well, as So What takes a little bit of damage from the incoming hammer swings. Ritz is down though, this is go time for Team MVP.
Yeah, it is. GC Busan. Yeah, no, they have to back off. They're going to do just that. Charge from Ion. It can be kind of dangerous sometimes if you charge like that. You reveal the rest of your team. Wow, Delight manages to find a kill into Finn.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah, that is really unacceptable. GC Busan now will need to move forwards. They can claim so much space. There's so little healing now for Team MVP. Finn's going to be so slow coming back from spawn. You can see how far now they're held back.
Yeah, Froppy's also about to disengage to get Finn back. That is like, the word we chose was unacceptable, and that's exactly what it is, not having that. Now they're going to have to re-engage. Finn does have a Transcendence should it be needed. Edison can EMP, though.
EMP straight with the grab. The EMP catches 4 people. Finn's going to be able to hold up with the rest of the team with the Transcendence, keeping So What alive, but now there's no healing really to bear. They're forced to use that beat. It's going to keep them alive for the time being, but So What's shield gets instantly evaporated as Heurix was able to claim the kill. A hack onto Jasper as well leaves him vulnerable in the front line. Ion earns himself a swing of the hammer and a swing of the ultimate as well, which is going to come online.
It's a lovely holiday for him. Doesn't even have to hold up his shield. And there, Team MVP, they invested both of their support ultimates to try and save themselves. Finn had a good reaction, managed to get the EMP in to counter out Edison's EMP. But look at the charges now. Edison is a scant 22% away from EMP. Meanwhile, Finn, he's got a whole fight or so before he can even get that Transcendence. And Froppy, he tried to answer the Graviton Surge with the Sand Barrier, but maybe they should have just taken the L on that fight. Doesn't look like they're going to have much to try and win out this next fight in terms of sustain. Going to have to rely on the rally, which Delight can really come out and just match.
So 3 minutes still left on the time bank. Not too bad. Self-destruct get launched to the back. Nice little block there by Delight, but Edison wasn't quite so lucky. Actually got taken out by Valentine, who's really been the check for this Sombra. Nice little shatter, but instantly a beat is going to come through from GC Busan to keep Ion alive in the back line. Both shatters are traded as a Graviton Surge comes in as well from Ritz. Right clicking in, so much damage coming through, but they still manage to survive. Graviton Surge now out, and another shatter has been earned. And So What swinging on through. Managed to catch 2 with the Flame Strike. Team MVP going to rock GC Busan Waves World as they do manage to continue this defense.
Great brawling there from Froppy, managing to get so early. Oh no, he's been chased down. This is terrible for Edison.
What a stagger.
Well, we talked about Devolucio pressure. There it is. Valentine's also doing a great job of that. But some great brawling from Froppy as well, managing to get that Sand Barrier just in time to save everyone when they were in that Graviton Surge, as well as save them from another shatter from Ion. I think over the course of that fight, Ion shattered maybe 7 or 8 people across 2 Earth shatters. But So What was the Bastion. He was the defensive player. You got to turn around though, boys. We're coming from behind.
He's got another one online as well. This is disastrous. EMP's going to come out though. Transcendence from Finn, who was hiding away, was still able to survive. The rest of his team are going to take some severe punishment though, as the rally does come out. Nice little boop up into the air. Fielder is going to hit the deck. Self-destruct gets launched in as well, as Ion did not stand a chance against So What, who is just taking over the game.
Feels like So What and Froppy finally found their tempo. They're taking the engagements they want, and they're not allowing GC Busan Wave to get everything they need from Edison and his EMPs. Maybe a rethink here of GC Busan Wave. They are going to have to use this Graviton Surge first, see if they can just force through a fight win, but they're going to take so much damage. That was a 3-man fire strike. So What applying the burns right now. GC Busan Wave going to have to cool on down.
Uh-oh. So What? Please, no, this is punishment. The light ends up falling. He got himself another shatter. A little bit of time was built up there by Edison.
Grav?
Like, I don't know about that grab.
That ain't it.
That ain't it, Chief. Riz thrown in the grab willy-nilly, was able to just to get absolutely nothing. Oh dear, GC Busan now, gas in the tank pretty much empty. I mean, they have a shatter coming online. Edison 20%, well, 25% away. What is going to happen here? Team MVP have got another grab. They're going to throw out super early. GC Busan forcing to use the beats just to save them, but So What extracts Ritz from the grab and takes him out. Oh my goodness, Team MVP biting back in the last map of the series.
Just kidnapping Ritz away right there. Finn being pressured out by Edison, who now has that EMP ready, but Finn, we know that he's very good at avoiding these, with the exception of that uncharacteristic catch on the Ana. He is very good at avoiding the EMPs, will be able to play the sightlines here and potentially be able to make sure his team can stay up by using that Transcendence at an optimal moment when GC Busan Wave make an otherwise naked engagement.
It's going to go in. Nice use of the Trance once again. So What is going to get stunned, but instantly they take out Delight. Transcendence healing is getting cut off by Ion Shield. So What has the, well, he has the shatter. Like, what can GC Busan Wave really do here? Ion's going to go down once again. Did try to get the shatter off, but little to no avail. 17 seconds now remain. The map could just end right here, and Team MVP could claim at least one map of the series. It's possible, Harry.
Could indeed. The Wave seeming to break against the cliffs of Team MVP at the moment. They look so stacked for the next fight. Looking like they're ready to go. 5 ultimates, there's the first.
Burst is almost none. They got a grab online, but they get grab themselves. Another extraction of Ritz into the back line. He has got to grab himself, but that shatter is going to go a little bit wide. And B is going to come out to sustain themselves through the Graviton Surge, but Ritz is already dead. So has had his name and number throughout this entirety of this map, and now they just clean the rest of GC Busan Wave off the point. Team MVP, unfortunately so, coming alive at the ending of the series, still managed to claim a map. Make sure they don't go down battered and bruised.
You hate to pin it on one player, but Ritz's grabs there were kind of questionable, and the one he put basically on the floor when no one was fake, he did come in as for sub instead of free. They're giving him that stage time, but looks like it may well have cost him a map in this case. Potentially a 3-3 would have been a better play here. Doesn't look like Ritz and Edison are on the same page with the Sombra and Fazaya at this moment.
He's choking, Harry. That's what it seems to be right now. I mean, even so what? Perfect prioritization of who he wants to take out of the Graviton Surge. Normally we do see the Brig getting taken out, but so was like, nope. I'm coming for Ritz. I'm going to tilt his mental some more. And we're going to win the series. Well, we're going to win the map from there.
Yeah, and 3 was definitely getting in Sowat's head as well. When we saw those 2 solo grabs on Horizon Lunar Colony, just like, I'm in your head. I'm not going to let you play some Overwatch today. You came to play in Overwatch Contenders, but you're not playing at all. You're just going to sit in that grab. You're going to be a good boy, and we're going to win this particular matchup. But yeah, like, Ritz, I feel like he's a very good diva as well. He's a good Xayah, but it seems like Ritz and Edison aren't quite yet on the same page when it comes to